Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating roller coaster in the crypto markets that's captured everyone's attention. Over the past few days, we've witnessed over 17% price swings, some altcoins cooling off after their parabolic runs, and others, like ICP, surprisingly surging 10%. Even traditional market indices like the SPX are up nearly 14%, indicating a broader optimism. But when we dig into the finer details, especially through the lens of the Fear and Greed Index, the reality is a bit more nuanced. Currently sitting at 62, the index places us squarely in the greed territory. That's a sharp reversal from just a few days ago when the sentiment briefly dipped into fear. And what's fueling this resurgence? Simple. Bitcoin is still holding strong above that psychological milestone of $100,000. The content in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Always do your own research, and consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions. The cryptocurrency market is highly volatile and can result in significant financial loss. You are solely responsible for your investment decisions. That six-digit figure isn't just a number, it's an emotional trigger for investors. As long as Bitcoin remains above 100K, the market sentiment tends to lean bullish. But if it dips even slightly to something like $99,000, expect widespread panic. Investors might start offloading positions, leading to steep crashes, particularly in the altcoin market. And let's be honest, many of those top 100 coins aren't delivering the returns people are hoping for. Now let's pivot to one of the more intriguing altcoins out there, Zebec Network, ZBCN. It's not looking great at the moment. In the last 24 hours alone, ZBCN is down nearly 8%. Its current market cap hovers around $360 million, and the token is trading at approximately $0.0045. On the surface, that might seem grim, but crypto isn't just about current numbers. It's about narratives and long-term potential. And according to several posts circulating online, investor sentiment around ZBCN remains cautiously bullish. Just take a glance at the chatter in the community. One user declared, "Bang, ZBCN and the FUD is gone. Bullish silence. Let's go 100%. Another confidently added, "Slowly but surely, ZBCN will climb to its destination." There's also notable accumulation happening at current levels, suggesting that some investors are preparing for a significant move upward. One user even speculated that when ZBCN decides to rally, it might hit the 1 or higher, implying more than a 100% gain from current levels. Of course, not everyone shares that level of patience. Many investors are laser-focused on one thing. When will ZBCN rally? That's the million-dollar question. Some people are in crypto because they believe in the technology. Others, they're here to make money. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with either approach, as long as you're honest with yourself. Ideally, you should aim for a balanced perspective. While the innovation behind crypto is undeniable, let's not kid ourselves. The primary reason most people are here is to build wealth. So if you're wondering what to do as a ZBCN holder or someone looking to become one, listen up. I came across an older post from about a week ago. The user speculated, "Imagine you sell ZBCN, and hours later it's listed on Coinbase or Binance and makes a 200% run that same day." Their conclusion? They're holding until that kind of listing happens. While optimistic, such a strategy does carry risk. Let's talk facts. On May 29th, the token was near its all-time high, trading around 0.69 cents. That same user said they wouldn't take profits until listings on major exchanges occur. If you followed my channel for any amount of time, you know how I feel about profit-taking. The crypto market is unpredictable. No matter how bullish you are on a coin, always take some profits. Lock in gains, reduce risk, and free up capital for other opportunities. That's just good investing. Now, if you've done extensive research and still believe ZBCN has much more room to grow, that's great. But ask yourself, how much does this money mean to you? If you've invested funds you can afford to lose, then by all means, ride it out. Maybe ZBCN hits a $1 billion market cap, maybe more. Let it grow while you relax. But if you've put in money you can't afford to lose, it's essential to take profits incrementally. It protects you from downturns and gives you peace of mind. So what happens if you didn't take profits? Or worse, if you FOMO'd in at the all-time high and now you're left wondering what comes next? You're not alone. Many investors are sitting in the same boat. So here's my take. Don't expect any massive rallies before June 13th to 15th. Why? Because an unlock period is looming. Unlock periods are like ticking time bombs in the crypto world. They're periods when a significant amount of a token's supply is released into the market, typically from team or early investor allocations. And during these periods, fear is inevitable. Even if nothing drastic happens, the potential for sell pressure causes unease. And this isn't unique to ZBCN. It applies to all crypto projects with scheduled unlocks. Interestingly, in a previous unlock cycle for ZBCN, the price action leading up to the event was relatively bullish. But make no mistake, once tokens unlock, sell pressure is real. The market anticipates this, and the fear often becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And if you bought in due to FOMO without understanding the tokenomics, that fear is going to hit you even harder. That's why research is everything. Speaking of technicals, let's discuss the current chart pattern. ZBCN is still stuck in a bearish head and shoulders formation. It had a brief rally not too long ago that caught many investors off guard, myself included. But that rally quickly fizzled out, mostly due to the impending unlock. If that unlock weren't on the horizon, I strongly believe the rally might have continued. Still, we're not entirely out of bullish territory. There's a possibility we could revisit levels as low as 0033, which I've highlighted in past videos. So what should you do? Well, if you're considering an entry point, now might be a good time to start slowly dollar cost averaging. Don't go all in, just tiptoe in gradually. Given the expected volatility from the upcoming unlock, a measured approach is wise. However, just because the current chart looks bearish doesn't mean ZBCN is doomed. Far from it. Remember, XRP also had a classic head and shoulders bearish pattern, and while it hasn't hit new all-time highs recently, the community remains incredibly bullish because they know what they hold. The same logic applies to ZBCN. A bearish pattern today doesn't predict eternal decline. Prices can and do reverse. It all comes down to timing and conviction. So yes, ZBCN may be trading in a bearish structure, and yes, we're in a tricky pre-unlock phase. But there's still a ton of excitement surrounding this project. Don't ignore that. Community sentiment plays a huge role in how coins perform, especially during uncertain periods. In fact, some of the most significant rallies in crypto history were born out of bearish conditions. Now let's be clear, none of this means you should ignore the technicals or the fundamentals. If you're holding ZBCN, you need to stay updated. Watch how the unlock plays out. If the selling pressure isn't as intense as expected, we could see a rebound sooner than anticipated. If it is intense, prices might dip, but that could be a buying opportunity. And here's something else to consider. With all the chatter about potential partnerships between ZBCN and major players like XRP, there's a lot of speculative interest that could become reality. Even rumors can push prices higher in this market. Just imagine what a confirmed partnership or a Tier 1 exchange listing could do for ZBCN's price. So where does that leave us? In summary, ZBCN is currently in a bearish technical pattern. A major unlock period is scheduled in the next week. Fear is driving short-term sentiment, but long-term outlook remains bullish. Community sentiment is still strong. Gradual accumulation DCA may be the best approach now. As always, make sure you're doing your own research. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. And remember, the goal isn't just to make money, it's to make smart money. If you're still with me, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts about ZBCN in the comments below. What's your target price? Are you buying more during the dip? Let's start a discussion. Until next time, stay patient, stay smart, and stay bullish.